Chloe Fineman is known as one of the best impressionists on Saturday Night Live. Her ability to impersonate celebrities also made her popular on Instagram, where she often posts videos of her impressions. Her followers grew significantly during 2020, and she even received praise from famous people like Gwyneth Paltrow and Mandy Moore for her accurate portrayals. Her popularity is on the rise, and there's still a lot to learn about this versatile actress and comedian. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Chloe Fineman. She only recently realized she was a great impressionist. Known as one of the best impressionists on Saturday Night Live, Chloe Fineman only recently realized her talent for mimicry. In a 2020 interview with The Washington Post, she mentioned that she hadn't always seen herself as an impressionist. "I probably started doing them 4 years ago. And definitely, in quarantine, I feel like I've leaned into impressions. But when I'm doing an impression, I'm trying to turn that person into a character, if that makes any sense." She also chooses unusual people to impersonate. In an interview with W Magazine, Fineman said she prefers to impersonate people she's fascinated by rather than mainstream figures. For example, while others might work on their Donald Trump impressions, she chose to impersonate Allison Mack, an actress involved with the NXIVM cult. Her Instagram impressions often make it to SNL. Chloe Fineman's Instagram is full of funny videos where she tests out new celebrity impressions. She shares these early versions of her impersonations with her followers, giving them a preview of what might appear on Saturday Night Live later. For example, in February 2019, she shared a video of her impersonating Timothée Chalamet. Later, she posted impressions of other celebrities like Jojo Siwa, Carole Baskin from Tiger King, and Drew Barrymore. All these impressions eventually made it onto SNL. Her ability to mimic so many different people is helped by her large collection of wigs. She has over 100 of them. She originally aspired to drama, not comedy. Chloe Fineman didn't always plan to be a comedian. In an interview with W Magazine, she said she initially aimed to be a serious, dramatic actress like Meryl Streep, and during her time at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, she was deeply committed to the craft. She said, "My New York years were definitely not funny. I did a lot of weeping, a lot of wearing black. I was very pretentious, but I was miserable." Her path changed when she took a class with the Groundlings, an improv comedy troupe in Los Angeles. She described her first improv class as an out-of-body experience that opened her eyes to comedy. She realized she could bring characters to life in a fun, exaggerated way, which ultimately led her to embrace comedy as her true calling. Her first TV appearance was doing a bird call for David Letterman. Chloe Fineman attended Piedmont High School in California, known for its unique annual bird calling contest. This event played to her strengths in mimicry, and she even won the contest during her time there. Winning the contest led to an appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman, where winners were traditionally invited. Fineman and another student demonstrated their peafowl calls on the show. In 2018, Fineman shared a video of this appearance on her Instagram. She didn't know she was doing this impression until hours beforehand. During a December 2020 episode of Saturday Night Live, Chloe Fineman performed a last-minute impression of Nicole Kidman, spoofing her role in HBO's The Undoing. Fineman shared with Variety that this impersonation was added unexpectedly at 5:30 p.m. on the day of the show, just a couple of hours before the dress rehearsal. This particular impression was challenging as it required Fineman to switch between Kidman's natural Australian accent and the faux New York City accent Kidman used in The Undoing. She said, "I didn't write the jokes about the accent, but I definitely went back and tried to find clips where it slipped a little bit. And then for me, it's always like when the wig is on." The SNL wig department whooped that in like an hour. Her Drew Barrymore impression earned her a talk show invite. Chloe Fineman's impression of Drew Barrymore on Instagram was so popular that it was incorporated into a Saturday Night Live sketch. The sketch spoofed Barrymore's new daytime talk show, The Drew Barrymore Show, which had launched around that time. Drew Barrymore herself saw Fineman's impression and praised it during an interview with Today's Willie Geist, saying Fineman had really captured her essence. Barrymore was so impressed that she invited Fineman to appear on her talk show in October 2020. The two expressed mutual admiration during the show. Fineman also humorously read an introduction for another guest, Jessica Alba, while staying in character as Barrymore, which delighted the host. Fineman later shared in another Today interview that she had been a lifelong fan of Drew Barrymore, highlighting how significant this experience was for her. Tiger King's Carole Baskin wanted to slap her over her impression. In March 2020, Chloe Fineman posted an impression of Carole Baskin from Tiger King on Instagram, which was well received by her followers and celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow and Mandy Moore. She then featured this impersonation on Saturday Night Live the following month. However, Carole Baskin herself was not amused by the portrayal. During an interview on Dennis Quaid's The Pet Show podcast, Baskin expressed her displeasure vividly, saying she could slap that woman for how she was depicted, particularly criticizing the way Fineman had her speaking in a bizarre, cat-like manner. She added, "People wanted me to talk like that on the cameos, and I'm like, I have no idea how to talk like that. That is not how I speak." Fineman later explained in an interview with Katie Couric that the core issue seemed to stem from a segment where she had Baskin rapping on SNL. This led to Baskin's cameo requests, where fans wanted her to replicate the rap. Fineman humorously said, "I want to find those cameos of her doing this horrible song I made her sing." The one impression she's been unable to master. Chloe Fineman faced a challenging task when she attempted to impersonate Shia LaBeouf, the actor known for his role in Honey Boy. In August 2020, she posted a video on Instagram of her attempt, labeling it a #work in progress. She later shared in an interview with Paper magazine that she was not completely satisfied with the impersonation, particularly struggling with the physical appearance. "There's got to be a way. I looked like an Amish husband, the beard wasn't right. On top of that, I also look nothing like him, but I'm determined." Her TV viewing choices are a little unexpected. Like many people during the COVID-19 pandemic, Chloe Fineman spent a lot of time watching TV at home. In an interview with Variety, she mentioned watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, admitting that watching 6 episodes in a row was a bit much. She also revealed her interest in darker shows, such as the Jeffrey Epstein documentary, which she found oddly calming, despite its intense content. Additionally, Fineman shared with W Magazine that she became hooked on the show Alone on the History Channel. The show features participants similar to Shia LaBeouf, who are left in remote locations with just a few tools to see if they can survive. Fineman was captivated by the mix of hardship and resilience shown in the show, watching 8 seasons in a row. That time she got married on Instagram Live. In March 2020, Chloe Fineman announced on Instagram in a playful post that she was going to marry her best friend, actor Casey Thomas Brown, via an Instagram Live session. She humorously noted that their real wedding was canceled because no one would attend, but they couldn't wait to celebrate their love. However, several clues, such as actor-comedian Drew Droege playing Brown's mom and the ceremony being publicly live-streamed, hinted that this was not a serious event. Despite the theatrical setup, some media outlets reported the wedding as if it were genuine. Fineman later clarified to Vulture that the whole event was a joke. She explained that Brown is her gay best friend and they were just creating videos for fun. In reality, she was spending quarantine with her actual boyfriend in Los Angeles. The fake wedding was simply a creative way to alleviate boredom during the lockdown. Her real boyfriend found the antics amusing and was glad she found something entertaining to do during the quarantine.